Cap's other girlfriend.
Exactly, which is also his wife's niece.
Keep it in the family.
Exactly.
He's got a type.
Oh, man.
Incest.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
What's up? Welcome back to Yellow Spandex.
Leave a like if you're into your sister as well.
No.
Don't. Just
It's a
don't.
niece.
Just don't.
If you're into your niece as well.
What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the third segment of this mania that we have seen at Comic-Con. There's just too much to explain, really.
Well, we're kind of trailing off like the rest of Phase 4, but also some other stuff that's adjacent to it. Mm-hmm. We were just looking at this article about the Falcon and Winter Soldier thing. I'm just down for any MCU story now.
Yeah.
But now that other Sharon Carter's coming.
I just like that
Emily.
we're going to see like these two together again. Winter Soldier and Falcon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I wonder, is he going to take the Cap moniker? Because in the comic, he takes the Cap. But like,
Yeah.
I wonder if he just sticks with Falcon. Because, I mean, that'd be kind of cool, too.
You know,
we've seen a lot of like the concept art for what Falcon or Captain America Falcon will look like, and you can even play them as characters in like the Marvel games and whatnot. But so I'm interested to see which approach they take. You know
what? It seems like in general in the MCU, like the actual like superhero names have very like little importance.
Yeah.
But this one's a little different because Captain America was a moniker that was like a symbol in the MCU. So maybe. But he might just hold the shield, and in your head, he's Captain America. You know, like.
Is it like 007?
Already made my peace with that one.
Captain America can't be black.
Gosh,
Jeez.
Yeah. I support it.
Yeah. Who cares? Who cares?
But
we're gonna see Captain America as a female in the TV shows in the future.
Yeah.
What if?
Oh, yeah, and the what ifs. Yes. I was like, wait, what?
So,
oh, yeah, I got it.
So.
Possibly in what ifs.
So, who cares?
It's a story about someone who got magic powers from drugs.
A
like,
lovely
it's fine.
lady.
Like, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. We were reading a little bit about this. It's going to be on Disney Plus 2020 next fall.
And it's bringing back Zemo.
Yeah, Zemo.
That's awesome.
Which I wonder if he's going to be, because in the comics, he's more of like a fighter, like swordsman kind of deal. Like like he's not this at all in the movie.
He's just an angry Sokovian.
He's
this
just
one.
an angry dude. And so I wonder in what what
facet?
they're gonna do.
Yeah, they'll bring Zemo. It'd be cool to actually see like some color.
The purple mask
Yeah.
that gets stuck on his face.
And it's kind of cool because allegedly all these series are just going to be made by the movie studios. So supposedly like the quality is not going to like
Diminish
differ.
I'd imagine it'd be almost the same exact because like
It's the studio.
just like Netflix, like they were making stuff like Stranger Things is like a freaking long movie. I mean,
Hopefully it's not like what was the show that just ended as well? Game of Thrones, where they're like leaving solo cups in the shot, and you know, we trust
cups.
Marvel enough to not like slack off at all.
I feel like they were just kind of slacking off in that last season in general for the Game of Thrones stuff because they're doing Star Wars next, right?
Yeah,
The writers are.
We had some friends that were extras in the last season of Game of Thrones, and that we were talking with them like, how do you even let that get past? They're like, we've been on a lot of the sets. They were just surprised it didn't happen earlier. Like they're like things are so like.
Did you hear their new show, Throne of Games? Same writers.
It's like it comes right after Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, right. They Lin Quaid their writers, rip their brains and skulls out and swap.
I'm quite
them
proud of that Mortal Kombat reference.
Yeah,
Cyber Lin Quaid. No.
Cyber Lin Quaid.
But then we didn't talk about Black Widow last time.
Yeah.
I think this might be the one we know most about because I didn't get to see it, but supposedly there's footage.
I haven't seen anything
came out about
this. What is it going to be about?
Well, they said you can see Taskmaster in the footage.
Yeah.
that they showed.
Well, I saw some pictures of Taskmaster. I haven't seen any footage.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I heard rumors about it, and it might also just been something they showed in Hall H.
Yeah. Well, this stuff hasn't leaked yet. Come on, man. It's 2019.
That's what YouTube's for.
Shit, like it should have been like immediately like available like after that. Like guess what? It's gonna get out anyway.
Female?
No.
Damn it.
I thought that David Harbour is going to be Taskmaster. I don't know.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I mean, he might not be. I saw something the other day that made me confused, thinking he's not going to be. I thought he was cast as, because he's in the movie. I don't know if now I'm confused of whether or not he's Taskmaster.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're trying to keep it like, oh, like Mysterio, like you don't know.
Where's the Howard the Duck movie? I didn't see that in Phase 4.
Yeah, it's probably not happening.
Because George Lucas wants to redo it.
Right.
But
I would watch
scenes.
it again.
But Howard the Duck is now officially an Avenger, so
That's true.
because Avengers Assemble.
And he's all over the comics. So,
Yeah.
Does anyone know? Yeah, what this Black Widow like? The time is it a time thing? Like they're gonna step back in time?
They said it's supposed to happen before Civil War, and also dive into what happened in Budapest.
Interesting, because
Weird.
when they were in the ship, her and Hawkeye, and he was like, "This is better than Budapest."
Well, that's the ongoing joke since the beginning.
Okay.
Was like Budapest.
So it was, okay, got some art reveals.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, it's him.
Task Satchel?
Wait,
Yeah.
had the character blurry set photos. Wait, which the footage not officially said the best look anyone had. Oh, that was talking about before. Okay, I don't know. I just seen some murmurings of like stuff leaking from Comic-Con, and
Yeah.
I'm not as concerned about it to like hunt the stuff down. So, David Harbour as Alexi, the Red Guardian. Which is funny because there's an Alexi in Stranger Things season 3, so that's kind of confusing.
Oh yeah,
That David Harbour has to take care of.
Weird.
yeah. So David Harbour, is this the thing he's gonna be in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't figure this stuff out.
Yeah.
He's Russian. This is so funny. So in Stranger Things season 3, there's a
fighting.
Russian named Alexi that
Oh, yeah.
David Harbour's character has to take care of.
Yeah. He broke him out. He was a scientist. He broke him out of a thing.
Is there artwork of what Red Guardian looks like? Basically, like Soviet
Russian
Daredevil.
Captain America.
Soviet Daredevil.
Interesting.
I like who they chose to be Avengers in this one. We're looking at a Red Guardian comic.
So is it like?
That's Avengers comic.
Oh, it's an
Yeah,
Avengers
but
comic.
it's like Scarlet Witch, Captain America. Is that Cyclops?
I think so.
And then is that Wasp
Maybe Black Widow and
Quicksilver?
And then Hercules.
I do like. I was like, oh, okay. So
Hercules.
it's
I
like,
love
So it's like
Hercules.
clearly like a Scarlet Witch, Captain America, Cyclops, White Lady, Quicksilver.
One of the white ladies.
I guess Black Widow would make sense though with the Russian story.
Yeah.
So
It's really cool. So I'm pretty excited for that too. Is that going to be television? Is that what you all said?
No, it's a movie.
Okay, it's going to be a movie.
the Black Widow movie.
yeah.
Um,
Soviet super soldiers.
Oh, because that's a better depiction of him there.
That's another one that we'll see. Like I don't know.
I'm down though. I'm down
Yeah.
for all this so far. Especially Doctor Strange. Like that's one of the most anticipated movies for me this coming.
Yeah, what's it called? The Madness, the Multiverse, or Multiverse Madness,
Yeah.
or something.
Multiverse of Madness.
I'm-
That sounds like a mirror house or something.
I'm so down. Like I love the first Doctor Strange.
Yeah, it was one of my favorites.
And that Multiverse of Madness. In the Multiverse of Madness, it sounds like a 70s series or an 80s series.
Apparently, he's going to play up the gothic and horror.
Yes.
Sweet.
Wait, Elizabeth Olsen's going to be in it?
Yeah, I told you that.
That's awesome.
It's Wanda.
Very cool.
It's supposed to connect with WandaVision.
WandaVision, yeah.
So I don't know. It could be really cool with all this crazy crossover stuff. I don't know, but I still feel like they're kind of mining the old stuff. I really wonder how they're going to connect the new stuff. You know?
Oh, yeah. Well, did you ever end up watching the second season of Runaways?
Nope.
Man, direct connection to Doctor Strange. And it like got me all hyped up what the next season of Runaways is going to be. Because it was like, wait, are they just going to like be in the same world as Doctor Strange? I mean, I know they were in the same canon universe.
Yeah.
I need to
like,
watch the second season of Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah, we're still in the middle trying to finish that.
Yeah.
So good. Like, so much fun.
Not
My
bad.
kids
Yeah,
loved
that's
it.
not bad.
Like the first season.
Yeah.
That was good. It was like
Well,
a teeny kind of drama,
It's
but
very
not too
teen
much.
drama.
You know?
Yeah, it's a
me,
little.
it's-
It was way greatier than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I honestly don't. It doesn't bother me.
What's that?
The teen, like it's.
But it's
that
not
drama.
like CW teen drama.
No, like
though.
they actually do like drugs and shit, and it like, she like lives
They
on the
actually
street.
do drugs.
That's. I mean, it's.
Well, because
yeah.
if it was CW, it's like, oh no, she drinks too much coffee.
Like it's just a weekly thing that my kid's interrupting us.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I think it's bedtime. Have you heard anything about the Fantastic Four movie? Apparently it's been confirmed.
I am super excited for this as well because I don't feel like we've seen the Fantastic Four, you know?
I mean, the first one...
It was close, but...
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of fun.
You know...
But it didn't do enough. Like, it's like, hey, we don't have that big of a budget, so yeah. You know?
I wanted more. I was left wanting more. I didn't think that the first one was bad in any sense, you know? I kind of really dug that they were throwing them into the universe. And then the second one, I was like, whoa, okay, this is getting a little wonky. Mm-hmm. I mean, I still like being able to see Silver Surfer as well.
Yeah.
But it did feel a little like...
Silver Surfer's tough to put in movies because it's like he's the MacGuffin.
Yeah.
He's just like, and he can just do anything.
He's the most powerful.
But
he could do whatever.
The whole problem with him is, you know, especially when they kind of meet him, like he's, Galactus's herald. So, you know, he has to do what he says, or Galactus is just gonna kill him. And
that's his job anyway, is to go to planets and figure out, and then bring Galactus.
Yeah, and so he kind of figures out like, well, maybe at least I can take him to planets that don't have people on it.
That would be pretty dope, actually, if Galactus made it into one of these Marvel movies.
Yeah, I mean, I feel that would be like the trajectory of like getting a bigger bad than Thanos.
So is Fantastic Four going to be like Phase 5 or something?
You know, I saw a picture of all of the who knows what these movies are thing. Like they had, you know, because you sent me a picture of like, here's the movies in 2019 and 2022, and they had them patched out. Yeah. And then like I saw one after that. It was a picture of like after that, but it's just like Untitled Marvel for
2021.
Exactly, or maybe I think it was 2022. So like, it's just they had said in this panel
that they're unable to like talk about it. So it sounds like it's like still super in development.
Is this also the same time they talked about the mutants? I saw something where they talked about mutants too.
Yeah, that's gonna be like a long like Palm Springs week for those guys. Like, how do we like retcon all of this stuff that supposedly has happened throughout history? You know,
through the multiverse of madness.
Yeah, which I just looked up
the comic,
the Multiverse of Madness, and they said it looks like it's gonna have Namor in it.
Nice.
Cool. Because the director accidentally posted a picture of him and then deleted it immediately.
And accidentally? Is it really accidentally? You know?
Yeah, or like a little tease, or
exactly.
like it wasn't accidentally for him, but then she was like, "Dude, seriously!" Like,
do you see like the old one with Mark Ruffalo and Don Cheadle?
Yeah, where he's like, "We all die," and he's like, "Dude."
Like, oh, I'm sorry. Can you just take that out? It's like it's live
in an interview.
Yeah. Like he straight up spoiled Infinity War.
Yeah,
and like nobody really caught it.
Somebody asked him, it was like, they were like, "So you excited about Infinity War?" He's like, "Well, we all die in it."
Yeah.
And then Don Cheadle's like, "Dude."
And you see Don Cheadle's face be like, "What?"
Or like when the whole like Endgame primary cast was on Kimmel right before Endgame released. Scarlett Johansson was in the corner, and they're like, "You're being awfully quiet." And she's like, "I don't know what I'm legally allowed to say about her movie." Mm-hmm. And they were like, and Jimmy was like, "So you had a movie?" And she was like, she kept looking over at Feige, and like because he was on there with them, and he was like, "There's a movie coming out," like, and she's like, "That guy," like, you know, like, yeah, that's the interview.
There you go.
See that you're walking. You walked in here.
Thank you.
Can I say it?
No.
I would imagine.
Can I just give him a little taste?
I wouldn't say too much, but you can say as much as I mean, hey, it's your
Let me
career.
just say this, like every other Marvel movie, it doesn't end well for the superheroes. Wait till you see this next one. Everybody dies.
Dude.
Not everybody. No.
Hey, whatever.
Can we rewind that part?
Yeah, you'll cut that. That's fine.
Who is there? Anybody in Infinity War you get to meet that you're excited to meet?
Am I in trouble?
A little.
Is Barry going to be mad at me?
I just move on. I wouldn't try to like.
No, what's that next question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I would like to meet. It's really interesting because we show
I
up
get
to shoot
impulsive
things.
sometimes.
It's fine.
Just get a little impulsive.
You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. No,
The next movie, Edward Norton's back as the Hulk.
exactly. Oh my god.
Dang.
Yeah.
Wait, have you seen season 3 of Stranger Things yet?
No.
Okay,
Somebody
okay.
spoiled some of it. Like, I went to the dentist with my kids, and they saw it had like superhero stuff on, and they're like, "Oh yeah, oh, do you think this thing from season 3 of Stranger Things?" And I was like, I haven't watched that.
It's tough because we're past. I guess there was an official like timeline for like spoiler territory or whatever.
yeah.
I only know this because we did a collab in NerdSync. Our video spoils the end of season 3, and the internet as a whole, like all the other big channels, they were like, "This is the week." I think it was like 3.5 weeks out. They're like, "This is the week where everybody drops their videos and stuff." But anyway, David Harbour in an initial interview did a thing that spoiled the end of Stranger Things without you knowing, because that didn't have context.
Yeah.
So it was really clever. Like he pointed it out later. He's like, "Oh yeah, I told you the ending, right?" And then they showed us things like, "Oh, you did. None of us noticed that."
It's just it wasn't like
I'll tell you later. I don't want to spoil it for you.
yeah, thank
cool.
you. I really want to watch it. I just haven't had the time. That's you got to sit down for those.
Yeah.
Oh,
Although
sorry.
this season it was only 8 episodes, so it was like
wasn't too hard to get through.
and it
Couple weeks.
It happens so like fast. Like
Some
I still
people,
see billboards all over Hollywood with it.
yeah.
some people just blew right through it. They just like sat
One day.
Some
night.
people will watch it all night long.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
couldn't. I don't know if I could do that.
They don't want to get spoiled, So
it's just so good. Like I really like this season. Like last season to me, like where she goes and finds her siblings and stuff, that was like a little weird like segue. And then this one they didn't leave the central story. And I was like, I love that. Like, because it reminded me of the first season where you just follow the main storyline without doing too many. Like, everybody offshoots. It's a classic, like, 80s kind of, like, adventure story where, like, okay, there's this huge cast. And so we split them all off into, like, little teams.
Little groups, yeah.
And then they, with not knowing, they're all working towards the same goal. It just so happens to work out, And then they all end up at Starcourt Mall. Like, it's a beautiful, like, way it all weaves together. Like, that doesn't even really spoil it, because from the first episode, like, oh, okay, you see, like, everybody kind of, like, divvying out. But like just seeing it unravel is like the joy of it, and then the spoilers are like these like huge things that happen throughout the show.
I love Hollywood too, with all the pop-ups that had happened.
Yeah, we didn't go to any of them.
I wanted to go. I tried to go to the one at the Santa Monica Pier, and it was like 2 hours long when we got there. Like wait, and then when we left, I was like, maybe if we leave a little later, it'll be no. It was like 3 to 6 hours or some craziness.
West Hollywood has Starcourt Mall.
And then they're in Burbank. They had
Scoops
Ahoy. I wanted to go do that too, but just so much stuff going on.
Supposedly, the Scoops Ahoy wasn't that busy because it was just like a Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
That had the SSS butterscotch or whatever, which is funny. It's just a joke throughout the things. That's like their thing at the ice cream shop. But I don't know. I can't wait for you to see this. It was like there's so many homages to 80s stuff.
Yeah.
Like you see this, they don't say like this is this property, and you're like this is clearly like this thing, and this is clearly this thing. To me, there was even a couple 90s nods in there. And I was like, that's clearly this
Well, they
thing.
got to be
That's
getting pretty close.
yeah, well, it happens in 1985. So it's like kind of midway. But I think it's like within that realm of like nostalgia.
Yeah.
But almost all, with the exception of a couple things, almost all of it is like heavy 80s like pop culture references without like straight up. Well, there's a couple straight up like
Beating
references.
over the head with it.
But some of them are just like, well, that character's clearly this thing and this is this thing, Anyway, back to Phase 4.
Yeah, let's
Oh,
get
see.
back into Phase 4 here.
Speaking of, Phase 4 and possible other movies, was it Mark Millar's like, I've never been wrong, and then Taron Egerton or whatever his name is who
Egerton.
will be the next Wolverine. And I'm going to say right now, if that guy is the next Wolverine, I love that guy. I'm not going to be into it.
I guess we'll see. Is Mark Millar the director or something? Or
He's a writer.
And
Okay.
this is back in 2002, he said this?
Oh, so that tweet's not, but the one he's citing is.
That's cool.
Maybe. I mean, once again, we'll see.
At this point, like I'm pretty satisfied with Wolverine. So what I'm saying is I am ready for another Wolverine.
He's like a Batman or anybody else to where like, in order for like the public to like really, really love it, like you just got to be like, yes. Like you just got to be like, that's the person. There's not anybody else, so they're probably going to have to do like they did originally,
I just hope.
cast out of people that have never
Like
been
kind of
in
an unknown.
movies.
Now,
Yeah, unknown.
I have never seen a young Wolverine other than like when they did Origins, where you see his history, all that. Like, I don't want to see them do a young Wolverine for this new Wolverine, like a young X-23 or whatever.
grizzled old Wolverine.
Like, the only thing we've ever known of Wolverine is that he's like this older Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
So like, never have we had like young Wolverine.
you have to go pretty far back to get young Wolverine.
It's like the 1700s or something, or 18. No. He can't go back that far, can he?
No, and he's only a couple hundred years old.
They kind of messed that whole
I was
timeline up.
because I have that picture of them in the Civil War, so that
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you
Oh,
have to go
geez.
back pretty far to be.
When he was a kid, he wasn't even Wolverine at that time. So like that's what I'm saying. Like, it would completely like, I would be dumbfounded, just like so in a stupor of like, why?
They'll have to cast
They-
somebody that's somewhat young, but they can't
could
look young.
They could cast a literal Wolverine, and technically that was in the comics.
No, it wasn't.
That he was like a Wolverine, like it was the
No,
original
that was
story.
actually fake.
Really?
Yeah, that's a story that someone made up that they heard on an
Oh.
airplane.
Okay.
That's funny.
Because they were shooting around ideas about Wolverine or whatever, and one of the quote unquote ideas was that he was a mutated Wolverine,
Gotcha.
and it was
Like-
never real.
I thought that was one of the side
I
stories.
can't remember if it was Len Wein or whatever where they talked about that. It was like somebody talked about it. Where like, no, that was never a thing. It's just made up.
Side note: when in Endgame, when when Rocket said somebody said like he's not even a raccoon. I think Hawkeye said that.
He's
or
a
something.
genetic experiment, right?
Yeah. It's like interesting.
Speaking of
Side
Hawkeye,
note.
he's getting a series.
Yes, TV show.
So
Hawkeye.
Which will have
like, what if it was
him and
like
Kate Bishop in it, which is kind of what the
Very
comics
cool.
are currently doing. Let me find it.
It'd be funny if it was like a Mr. Rogers show with Hawkeye.
Okay.
Like he's teaching kids things.
Where's it at? Where's Hawkeye at?
What should we do today? He pulls his bow and arrow out and like shoots at a calendar or something like
yeah,
that. Like, oh.
Yeah, but apparently it's going to have him obviously in it and Kate Bishop. I don't know. They've only asked him in it currently, so I don't know who else.
it's so interesting because like the vibe from the logos, like this 50s, like
It looks like-
mod vibe.
It looks like because I know some of the comics I ripped off here behind us is from it, but this is from it. But
Hail
anyway,
Hydra.
but that's actually from like the comics,
That's cool.
the logo from the comics.
Yeah, it
right
just
now.
has a very like 50s mod look to it. So I'm down. Like, what does it say for the description of it?
I don't know if it even has a description.
Another Marvel's Hawkeye starring Jeremy Renner. Who introduced Kate Bishop? That's it.
It's pretty gnarly that these people are going, like, same from people in the movies are going to be in television shows. Like that I don't know.
Well, technically Disney Plus.
Yeah,
Is that where they're going to be? Is
All
all
of this is
in the
gonna be
app?
Disney
Okay.
all this is going to be on. Yeah,
Well,
Disney
totally.
Plus.
That makes sense then.
I'm wondering because like, what was his daughter's name in the movie?
Kate.
It wasn't
No,
Kate.
forget. I just remember him calling her Hawkeye.
Yeah, which is weird because then they're actually going to have Kate Bishop, who's not his daughter. So like, why don't they have his daughter be Kate Bishop? Was kind of our thing, you know.
Let's see
It's interesting.
if I can find.
Or maybe they still will. Maybe they'll just, maybe that'll be our nickname.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's an interesting question, actually.
So let's see who. Oh, so many stars in this movie.
Yeah, you're gonna look through the IMDb of Endgame.
Let's
Good
see.
luck.
We will return.
Lila?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it looks about right. Because that was from the other Ultron, I think, right? I don't even know if she's a real character. I don't think so, because I don't think Hawkeye's married in the comics at all or had kids.
Ava Russo is the older one. I wonder if Ava's like one of the Russo brothers' kids.
Could be.
What an interesting casting.
So you're saying that the girl that played in Endgame as
Says-
Lila is Ava Russo.
Yeah.
Is she related? Ava Russo related to Russo?
And the only
brothers?
credit she has is Endgame. So it seems like.
And this is riveting for people listening online, I'm sure.
There you go. We can at least identify two of the Russo's offsprings for certain. Joe Russo took to the brothers' shared Instagram account to post this image with his daughters, whose names are Leah and Ava, who apparently are both in the movie.
Oh,
There you go.
Cool. There it is.
so she is. We did it.
We solved it.
Yay.
We solved the riddle that no one cared about.
What if
No, just playing.
the Russo brothers put their kids in their team?
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, I didn't even know they had kids. So
Yeah,
that's
I
great.
didn't either.
What if?
I feel like they don't have time to have kids. Doing so much crap.
I
Are
thought-
they doing anything? Are they doing any of these movies? Because they were actually promoting the crap out of this Hall H stuff on their Instagram.
Maybe. Let's see. Let's see what they got in development.
Yeah, I mean, if you look up their IMDb, well, another
Upcoming projects. Nothing in the upcoming yet.
because I know that I thought that they said that the Avengers was going to be their last Marvel movie.
I mean, what a way to go out, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
It's
Endgame.
incredible.
but I don't know. They did that new movie too with Chadwick Boseman. I can't remember
Yeah.
what his-
That was like kind of, it seemed like it could be a prequel to Black Panther.
It's like this is like Black Panther undercover.
21 Bridges.
Yeah, it's on Bridges.
Oh, and then Joe Russo was in another Marvel movie, but also Endgame as the first like out character. He was in the support group talking about his
Oh
date.
yeah, he was in the movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the very beginning, after the Hawkeye thing.
Yeah. What other shows have we not gone over?
I don't know, man.
I think that's
I think that's kind of it. Did we talk about Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
a little bit like that. It needs to have a good version.
Needs to have a good
Exactly.
villain
It needs to
too.
be good. We talked about
Not Doom again. Like
Oh,
Oh, do you
Olivia
want-
Munn says Apocalypse Team knew a little about X-Men. So I love Olivia Munn for many reasons, but she was totally underutilized as Psylocke in Apocalypse. But she's also been very vocal about how abused she was by the directors on set
yeah.
and like how kind of misogynist like the setting was and everything. And I was like, you go. Because and how like the directors and stuff like didn't go to bat for her in very settings and stuff. So I'm kind of glad for her to be like, yeah, they didn't know anything.
Yeah. She answered questions from fans, and there she dished about how little director Bryan Singer and writer Simon Kinberg knew about the characters' comic book counterparts, even by the sixth film. Which is weird, because I remember Bryan Singer being a thing for the first movie, is like they weren't allowed to read the comics. Mm-hmm. They weren't allowed to have them on set.
which is
Crazy.
weird.
Crazy to me that you're going to do a movie about people in comic books, but don't think about it. you know?
Yeah.
And which is, the misogynist thing is kind of weird against her. I mean, I'm pretty positive that Bryan Singer is gay.
I don't
So-
even know if it was necessarily him. I think it was who was the other guy?
Simon Kinberg.
No, the other person.
You're talking about the other actors in the movie.
No, the other director that took over after Bryan Singer.
You know what I do want to talk about real quick is getting back to the Phase 4 Loki. They had confirmed that that's going to lead off right after he picks up the Tesseract.
Yeah. So it's going to be like a little pocket dimension thing, kind of.
And I didn't
TV
know
show?
this.
Brett Ratner.
Brett Ratner.
Oh wow, which is funny because he did the third
One. It's I don't know what thing. I don't know if she directly, but there was a lot of things that like Brett Ratner is equally as much of a douche as Bryan Singer. and
I've
stuff.
heard that as well. But I don't know how.
I'm trying to remember. You can go ahead and talk about Loki. There was a quote from Olivia Munn where she like just pretty much was like, "Yeah, fuck these guys." Like,
Yeah.
Actually,
They
how
haven't
old
known-
is this? Yeah, this has been around for a while. That
Yeah.
she's
Well,
been,
she dished about it or whatever about this.
But yeah, for Loki, I didn't know this, but they've been going through different like logos and stuff. This new that was actually a new logo they threw up there,
Oh yeah, the other one.
where it's like different fonts for each letter. So it's
What's it
pretty
supposed
neat.
to represent then?
Well, each one of them, I think, represents like the last one is what's her face, his sister, the
Sister?
death chick,
Maybe I wonder if Enchantress will be in it.
and then like the gold one's probably like Odin.
I don't know why they never brought in the Enchantress, which is, could have been a great like love triangle kind of thing because like she wants Thor, but she's like evil and she's crazy, and so
And
she's,
Loki's
like,
crazy.
Yeah, exactly. But like they don't ever get together because he just wants to like screw with Thor.
Yeah,
So like
the trickster.
exactly. So I don't know. She's such like a big part of that. I don't know why she never was involved in the movies.
Does it say anything else about this?
Loki's original, starring Tom Hiddleston.
So this will be a television thing again.
So he's just going to cause more trouble.
Or honestly, you can't even say television thing now because it's just like whether it's series or movie, right? because all of this is going to exist on the app.
Well, it's all Disney Plus. The movies that are movies are going to go straight to theaters first.
Okay.
And then I imagine they'll probably be on the app afterwards.
So I'm wondering, like, is there already a monthly on the app? Does the app exist already?
I don't think
It doesn't exist yet, but they announced it was going to be something like $7.99 a month or whatever. It's going to be the lowest costing of all of them.
Yeah, like they're trying to compete with like the Hulus and Netflixes out there.
And it's also going to have all the Disney stuff.
Yeah, that's why they're taking everything off.
Everything
Netflix,
else,
or they're
right.
currently starting to take everything off of Netflix.
Wow, it's going to be an exciting race to see like who survives, who doesn't survive.
Yeah, and we kind of wondered a bunch of times if they're going to have anything gritty on this. Are they going to have any of these Netflix style shows?
Right, like a PG-13 or R even.
Or R, to where you look at Daredevil or something where it's really gory. You find anything out here, Rod?
Okay, so
I can't remember what we're talking about.
I know.
So it kind of spilled into X-Men, but it started with Predator because Olivia Munn was also in The Predator.
Oh, yeah.
So apparently there was a scene in The Predator where there was an actor that wasn't a primary role, but like he was like prominently featured, and they took the scene out before the theatrical release because they found out that he was a registered sex offender or something.
Whoa!
And it was in a scene with Olivia Munn.
That's some background check work.
And
Yeah.
so
Easy.
Who missed that?
5 seconds.
apparently, so she backed out of doing the press tour because she didn't want to support the movie having that in it. Mm-hmm. And none of the other like guys, I guess, in her camp like supported her. So she kind of went out and said like, well, time to air all my dirty laundry. So she like talked about how Brett Ratner like masturbated in front of her and like and stuff. How she decided like not to work on any X-Men movies that had him involved and stuff. And then after her experience on Apocalypse, never doing it again, like X-Men in general and stuff.
Sickos.
But she kind of like outed like the singer Brett Ratner, like kind of they called it like the Rat Pack or something, like that crew.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And stuff. But it stemmed off of like that scene with that actor that was a sex offender on Predator, and like she backed out of the press tour, and I guess like no one like most of the production didn't support her stand on that, and so she was like, okay, well, screw it.
Yeah.
Here's everything that's happened to me in the last 10 years and stuff. So good for her.
I didn't know that Ratner was that. Wow. That's crazy that they all did X-Men movies.
So she said that her and 4 other women came out at the same time about it.
Dang.
With him. So
Jeez. Man, did we miss anything? All right, we talked about the Loki thing.
I can't wait for Loki. I'm sure that might be the one I'm like looking most forward to as far as the series.
WandaVision we talked about a little bit.
It's crazy like he's doing it though, because I mean like I know he kind of grew a little tired of playing Loki.
Tom Hiddleston.
Because that's his giant role. You know, he wants to be a little bit. He's done so many other movies. You feel like you still see him, and everybody's like, "Hey, it's Loki." You know,
Yeah.
it's better today. I feel like in the 80s, those kind of actors got like pigeonholed forever.
Yeah.
You know,
But all this MCU stuff, like the characters, they're almost likened to like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter kind of roles, which I guess I'm not an actor, so I don't know how it feels. But like if I was like Daniel Radcliffe, I'd be like, yes, Harry Potter for the rest of my life. Like,
Seriously,
I'd be
though.
fine with it.
I know
Maybe
that
I'll
Ron,
think
the
different.
kid who played Ron was probably be happy because I don't think he's doing it.
I mean, yeah, as an actor, if you can go down in history as Thor or go down in history as Harry Potter, like that's not a bad thing.
No.
Or if you're like really lucky, you could be like Patrick Stewart. You're like Captain Picard and Xavier. Or you're like Hugo Weaving. Like he's in like Matrix
so much.
and
Nerd
Lord of the Rings. Like,
Yeah.
holy cow.
Yeah.
And he's
in
such a
so
dope
much stuff.
role in Lord of the Rings too. I love his role.
Yeah.
And I can't remember his name from Goonies. Sean
Brolin,
Astin?
Sean Astin.
John Aniston, and Josh Brolin. Sorry,
Sean
Sean
Astin,
Brolin.
like Goonies, Lord of the Rings, Stranger Things. Like holy cow,
Yeah. 50 First States.
Yeah. Or even Winona Ryder. Who knew, like in the 80s, that we would still be talking about her in like a non-ironic sense in 2019? Like, because she was one of those actors, like she was really cool that time, but like I think most of us viewed her as like, we would not have been surprised if she was a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
And then she's just her legacy of like the Beetlejuice, like that whole,
Yeah.
like,
I thought it was over
Reality
after
Bites?
the Sandler movie she did.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and Mr. Deeds.
Yeah. I was
But-
like, geez, all right.
Yeah, I feel like she hadn't done a lot until the Stranger Things.
Yeah, well, because she was perfect for it. Like
Yeah.
she was like that, that time period. Now she's like the crazy mom, which I still have a theory that they just like film her having like little mental breakdowns and then write the series around it. Because like, man, she's just always like, I don't even like. What's the?
It's like frantic.
Just everything's like crazy.
Manic.
Like, whoa, calm down. Like
She
even
needs
in
to-
this season, it's like you have your child back. Why are you still acting like this?
Right. She needs to put on some Jimi Hendrix. Sit back and relax with a little.
I just kept waiting for Hopper to stick a joint in her mouth and be like, calm down.
I know, right? Hair, smoke this.
But I don't know. It's super excited. Like, there's
Yeah.
nothing in the MCU rollout they announced that I'm like, not really. Like, I'm excited for all of it.
Yeah, I think we touched on everything just about, and we're running out of time here. We should wrap this one up as well.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything here that I would be disappointed.
Let
about
us
watching.
know.
Yeah, really quick to you
Maybe
guys.
Eternals. I don't know, man. I'm quite up in the air about that.
I'm ecstatic about the downloads, guys. Keep downloading, keep adding reviews as well.
That'll definitely help us. We've been doing pretty well. I mean, we've gotten a lot more views in the last. It keeps going up, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah.
And whether it's on, like, if there's a way to comment on whatever you're listening to or, like, on one of our socials, it's like, let us know, like, what are you excited about? There's a lot of stuff coming out of the MCU. Like, if you're into the MCU, like, what's your thing that you're most excited about? Like, me, I'm technically, I know you said you're like, iffy about the Eternals.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it mostly because it seems to be what they're going to be putting a lot of their energy into, just with like the casting and all stuff. So I'm excited just because like the last time we were at this point for me was like Guardians of the Galaxy is coming out. I'm like, who?
Yeah.
And I saw it. I'm like, this is my favorite MCU movie. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Peter Quill.
Angelina Jolie in the MCU is wild to think about. She's also Maleficent. So
I didn't think they'd get in a second movie for that.
I'm
It's
kind of
crazy.
interested in watching that, actually. I don't know why. Because I'm not, like, I don't know anything about
yeah,
that.
I never saw the first Maleficent. So
I think that's what it is. I've seen the first one. It wasn't even like something that, like I chose to watch. I just had like walked into a room and watched it.
that's
with,
what
like,
happened
my
with
sister.
me and Beowulf.
Oh yeah, I actually no. I
You
went
didn't
out and watched
choose
that
to
one.
watch Beowulf.
I think
Me and my brother
it
watched
was
it
like
together.
on, and I'm like, let's see this, and I'm like, I'm kind of turned on by Angelina Jolie, but she's not quite human in this.
Yeah, it's like
Nobody's
snake.
what's
human
going
in
on
that. That
there.
was like one of those first like capture.
Yeah,
kinda-
everybody's like,
Yeah, it was
which is
pretty gnarly.
weird. Like if you're gonna capture somebody, why not just film them?
yeah, cats. Well, anyway, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, appreciate you guys,
Oh.
you big nerds. I'm glad you're here with us.
There was a lot to cover in the last couple episodes, so I guess just leave us feedback on socials or comments or whatever.
That's right. Keep
about-
calling us out because we're just casuals.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
what's interesting to you that's like happening and rolling out and rumors and all that stuff. Love to talk about it because, like
Yeah.
Vince said, we're casual, so like we only know half of these things. I had a whole flash thing where I thought that Steven Seagal was a Highlander.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
who
this
knows?
could just be hilarious to you, like listening to us get everything wrong.
Yes, truth.
So, but let us know because we don't.
I'm like, remember that guy? I can't remember his name. My mind's
right.
too messed up.
Was Mandarin? Was that the fruit or the villain?
Galacto,
I know. Is that a new blender?
Hugo
Anyway,
weaving.
like we said, go check out more Yellow Spandex. Download. Also, check out RKVC on Spotify and YouTube.
Cool.
We also, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see all of that on YouTube as well. Josh also has a few channels yourself, sir. You want to promote those?
No.
All right. And back to Yellow Spandex.
So thanks for hanging.